Greetings everyone, Aiden here, and welcome to the final playthrough as Jill in the standard difficulty, where we will be going for the bad ending. Now, before we get into the game itself, there are a few things I wanted to bring up. I am starting to heavily feel some burnout due to my own decisions on doing test runs, like testing things out on my own time between recordings. Um, but I'm after this playthrough, I am gonna take a small break before coming back to do Chris's scenario and then the advanced mode stuff because, yeah, I'm just gonna blaze through. When I come back to this. The other thing is that in regards to the subtitles in this particular playthrough, I'm only going to be putting in subtitles for the new segments, and the reason for that is because some of the new lines are said in the midst of scenes we have already seen. So, yeah, keep that in mind. But yeah, let's make our way to the bad end.
What is this?
Wow, what a mansion!
This opening I'm gonna change up a little bit. We're not gonna go into
Where's Chris?
the tea room if that's
Stop
what it
it.
is. It's what
Don't
the guide
open that
I
door.
used called it.
Chris is.
The guide I used
Maybe
for
it's Chris.
learning the advanced mode
Now, Jill, can you go?
I'm going
called
with
it. But we're
Chris
not
is
going to
our
be
old
seeing the
partner,
infamous
you know.
first zombie
Okay,
FMV.
let me
Instead, we'll be
handle
getting
this.
a completely different cutscene. Or not cut. Yeah, just cutscene, because we won't be getting an FMV out of it.
Stay alert.
Oh, man.
a dining room.
Okay, just to make sure he doesn't glitch. Okay. As you can see, we don't have the special key in our inventory. That's always nice. Let's get some new cutscenes.
Investigate if you hear any gunfire.
Okay. Guess that was Wesker reminding her of standard procedure.
Lost courage already? It's not like you.
Okay. Now that that's done, we've got the setup needed for
What?
the last
What
bit of
is
the
this?
alternate
What is it?
opening to the
Blood.
opening moments of the game.
Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Hope this is not Chris's blood.
So, yeah. If you want, you can go ahead and head into this hallway and get the F&B and whatnot. On the other hand, once you do the two things I did before, like trying to leave twice and then getting the little dialogue with Barry at the pool of blood.
Who is it?
Hey, you! Stop! Run, Jill! He's insane!
There we go.
What the hell?
Let's report this to Wesker.
But yeah. Through those two things, after the cutscene with Barry at the blood pool, just make your way to the clock, and that little cutscene we just saw will happen. Rumors were abound when this first came out and whatnot that
Help me look for him, Jill.
that
And don't leave this hall for the time being.
it made the game easier somehow. And it just doesn't seem right to me. So before we proceed onwards, let's open the store. Well, he's not outside. It's too dangerous to go out there. Alright, we'll check back here. You know what? For old time's sake.
Find anything, Jill?
Nothing. What is this all about? I can't figure it out at all.
Beats me, too.
Now it's Wesker's time to disappear. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it can't be helped. Let's search for him separately. I'll check the dining room again.
Okay, I'll try the door on the opposite side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could get into trouble if we get lost. We should start from the first floor, okay? And Jill, here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
Thanks. Maybe I'll need it.
Listen, if something happens...
Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I did do a small test run, like up to the in-fight, the examining the hole that Jan makes cutscene to see whether or not Barry actually dies from overhearing the conversation. No, he doesn't. But the reason I bring that up in the first place is because during that I decided to go ahead and check to see whether or not the closet where you can change your outfits is permanently unlocked. No, it's not. It's not. Either way, we're gonna set things up to get the cutscene involving talking to Barry after overhearing his conversation with Wesker in dormitory room 002 at the guardhouse. So let's do that.
Jill! Don't scare me.
That's what I was going to say. Aren't you supposed to be going over the first floor,
Matter
Barry?
of fact, for this playthrough, I'm not gonna lie.
You're right. But just take a look at this.
I'm gonna be ignoring a lot of rooms this time around. I'm only gonna be using the armor key 3 times instead of like the 4 or 5 times that it allows
God.
you.
It's awful.
I'm going to find out what caused Forrest's
We'll
death.
be forced to use the armor
It
key
looks
a
like he was
decent
killed by
bit
a
more
crow or something.
in the arranged mode playthroughs.
Can you look around the first floor, Jill?
Because that outside area with all those green herbs in arranged
Hey,
mode
Jill.
is where we're going to be
This
finding
must
the
have been
chemical.
Forrest's. You don't have a weapon. Take this with you.
You can find, if memory serves, out here is where you find the armor key in arranged mode, but we'll get to that when we get to the arranged mode. Okay. And also, and I can't believe it took me so long to figure out, I'm gonna go ahead and open up the doorway down here, or unlock the doorway that's down here, the one that leads to the stairway. And it just occurred to me, there is no way to find out whether or not the freaking web spinners can enter this hallway without the windows being broken, because, well, the windows are going to be forced to be broken by the Cerberus anyways, because you have to go through here to get to the outside area. Now, in regards to, like, which healing items I'm going to pick up, or which herbs I'm going to pick up, I should say, I'm still going to be doing the exact same things as before. Just due to the fact that, well, I'm not going to be able to, I'm not going to be able to, what? Just due to the fact that there's always the off chance something goes sideways. During some of the boss encounters, primarily both encounters with Yawn. The other encounters I'm not too concerned about, but it's primarily for the two encounters with Yawn and dealing with the frickin' chimeras down in the lab. Okay, let's go get our armor key. Do. And we are going to see whether or not we can end up having Richard die in the off chance that, well, Jan doesn't get, you know, scared off in a rocket or two before getting bit. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to come back to this side of the house until, or once we're done with this side of things, until the revisit. Okay, I had to make sure. I heard the body hit the ground, but for all I knew, that was a singular step from the zombie. Because they make a similar sound. And just like before, we're doing this. Because why not? But yeah, as per usual, when it comes to healing items, I keep a better safe than sorry approach to things, just in case bosses or enemies decide to not be cooperative. Alright, we've got the armor key, let's just move on. We'll deal with the piano puzzle in a little bit. Now that I think about it, if we manage to do things to where Richard dies again, it would be rather interesting due to the fact that that is exactly how I did things on the good ending playthrough, where we didn't rescue Chris. And we will once again be not rescuing Chris, but this time we're also going to be letting Barry die. Jill is going to be the only one to escape in this playthrough. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to have to hear the beeping of the radio, getting an incoming transmission.
Richard, what happened?
At certain point, at the 2 points of the game where Brad tries to make contact.
It's dangerous. There are terrible demons. Ouch!
You're wounded. What kind of demon attacked you?
It was a
So if I can pull this off, it'll be a little bit better on my sanity right now because I am.
Oh no. Richard,
That
hold
burnout
on.
is real right now.
There is serum. Oh no.
Luckily,
I
it
should have
shouldn't
brought
take me
some
long
with me.
before I'm just like, okay,
No
we
problem.
can get back to this
I'll go and get it.
game.
Thanks.
But until then, yeah. Jill's playthrough is going to be where it's going to end up being what we've got so far. I'll probably come back to this whenever I decide to take a small break from the from the next game I'll be doing during the small break from this game. And that's going to be Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, as I promised. And there's going to be a point where I'm going to be like, okay, you know what, we're far enough in. I'm going to take a small break from recording that game to get to grind the money needed for some stat ups. That game's gonna be rough towards the end. I think from either the 4th or 5th Evil X on X's stages or onwards, it's gonna be rough. So I'm gonna be wanting some stats in that game at some point. And during that break for the coin grind, I'm going to be probably coming back to this. So I'm just giving y'all a heads up on that. Okay. Oh, aside from yawn and the frickin' picture puzzle, we are good on this side. I'll go ahead and free up some space in my inventory before going to the west side, the west wing of the mansion. Because we'll save the art, the art puzzle or picture puzzle, whatever you want to call it, for right before we go outside. Now let's see. Oop, get off the wall. There we go. Still drawing a blank on anything else to talk about. Wait, what am I doing? I need to grab some stuff from down below. That would be just downright silly of me to do the roundabout route just to get to the dining room. I will say, oh, I almost forgot about the blue Jill. We need this. You know, in regards to doing this series, I'm excited to get back to doing this series. But at the same time, I'm not looking forward to RE3 like the original, just due to the fact that all those various there are logs that you can unlock in Resident Evil 3 for, I believe, a total of 8 playthroughs. Each one telling how things in regards to characters from 1 and 2 fared after their events. Or after the games. And that's going to be a bit of a slog just due to the fact that there's not really very many changes you can make. But I will probably give it a shot, see whether or not you can unlock those. And I think you have to reach a certain rank for those to on each playthrough to even get those documents to show up in the end screen. Or after the end screen, one of the two. I haven't done that in so long, I don't even remember. So it's kind of a bit of a blur. Question mark? RE2, though, that one's gonna end up being rather interesting just due to the fact that, well, I will, it'll be the first time actually doing a complete clear of the game. And I'm gonna be doing my best to unlock everything that I can. Not looking forward to it because if the remake's anything to go by, I'll be in for some pain in regards to the fourth survivor once I unlock that. Ugh. Can't forget the serum, just in case we end up making it back there in time. Otherwise, if he is still alive, we won't be able to pass by him to go deal with Jan. Okay. Oh, I just remembered. Apparently, and I've never bothered to test it out, but, say you get poisoned by Jan and you are in a thing, on a path where Barry won't rescue, Jill, or Rebecca won't show up to help Chris. You'll be poisoned, but you can't die from it. So long as you don't take any hits while you're in the red and poisoned from Jan during that moment, you won't die. Which is just wild to me. Alright, we're coming up on the moment of truth. And something tells me he's gonna be alive. Because we were actually pretty speedy on doing all of that stuff. Yep.
Here's
He's
the
alive.
serum. Richard, hold on.
Okay.
I'll give you a shot now.
Jill, here's my radio. You should keep it.
No! Richard!
Jill, be careful.
Oh well. Another thing that's making me not look forward to Chris's scenario in this game is just due to the fact that there are so many differences compared to Jill. In regards to, like, different routes you can end up taking. There's like 2 or 3 more, but it's done in such a way it's kind of a bit of a chore to do. But when we get around to it, we will get it done. For the most part. Let's go, you Slytherin punk. I'm getting back there first. Shall we take the moon crest? No, not at all. Out of the way. Let me through. You know, in a way, I'm kind of glad that Richard doesn't come back from the dead. Just saying. I have enough to worry about in regards to Forrest coming back from the dead, at least in the remake. I've never experienced Forrest, zombie Forrest in the original, at least not to my recollection. Can't forget coming in here to grab the last of the 4 crests. Newborn baby. Infant? Infant. Young boy. Lively boy. Middle-aged. Young man. Middle-aged man. Old man. Death. Ooh. Okay. Out of the way, mutt. And then finally the star. Okay, so far so good. Yeah. I don't care, Brad. Matter of fact, I'm curious about something. I'm gonna go in here and come back out, see whether or not the beeping persists. Huh. Wasn't expecting to have to walk forward a little bit just to re-interact with the door. Okay, so far so good. Give me them herbs. I gotta love having a cold front coming through. Nope. Denied. Alright, I'm gonna try grabbing one of these blue herbs before running through this hallway. See whether or not this doggo will end up letting me do so. Okay. Cool. Ah! No, you are not. Would you stop with the bunny hopping? Goofy dog. Alright. Gonna pick up 2 of these. After all, we do have 2 others in our storage box. Might as well make them full, the 3 needed. But first and foremost, we are gonna put this down here. Okay. Taking care of these. Putting this away. Alright. We're good. Red book. Time to go get the control key from the tub. Control room key. Who knows? We might get through the boss fight with Plant 42 by the time the time's up. Or time to refresh. But we'll probably refresh beforehand. Not even gonna lie. And I just realized I've got a lot of grind-heavy projects ahead of me. Like, in the works. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Kingdom Hearts. I would say X6, but we still gotta do X5 first. Yeah. Oh, technically speaking, there's even the playthrough of King Knight's campaign and Shovel Knight. That's technically kind of grind heavy. Thanks to those stupid RNG card games. Not looking forward to it. At all.
It can't be true. I've been told a different story. But it's not necessary for you to discover.
Let's see. Oh yeah, and then there's also the return to Bloodborne, because that will be in the works. I believe that's going to be the next 3D game after I do Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. Or Kingdom Hearts HD Final Mix. Or would it be Kingdom Hearts Final Mix HD? I can never remember. Either way, let's get a new cutscene. And holy cow, things are starkly different after this cutscene. In terms of, well, in regards to this cutscene and the conversation with Wesker after defeating Plant 42.
Hi, Jill.
Hi, Barry. I heard someone talking.
So you heard it too. I think I'm getting old. It seems that talking to myself is becoming a habit.
Talking to yourself? Barry, something must have happened to you. Am I wrong? You sound strange.
Well, it seems I made you worry, but don't. Maybe I have been a nervous wreck since all of these strange things started happening. Well, I think I'll go out and get some fresh air for a change. I told you, don't worry. I'll just go and get some fresh air and be eaten by a monster.
Bit of dark humor from Barry there. Push the shelf already. Jeez Louise, Jill. I was dead on. I was not at an angle, so she should not have been doing that. Oh well. Let's see. And when it comes to Kingdom Hearts, I'm both looking forward to it and not looking forward to it. Because those games, as fun as they are, doing a Let's Play of them is going to be content claim central. With Kingdom Hearts 3 being the biggest one of them all, thanks to Frozen's World. All right. You're not getting me, Neptune. I wonder which one I'm gonna end up having more copyright claims on in regards to the upcoming projects. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, thanks to Anamanaguchi's music throughout the entire game, or Kingdom Hearts. I'm morbidly curious about that. So, because we had that cutscene with Barry in the dorm, and the fact that we're not gonna mix the V-Jolt, we're gonna have to deal with a fully, with a completely healthy Plant 42. You know what, before I forget, because I was planning on grabbing this just to do a quick heal. It's not necessary, but I'm doing it anyway. After all, we got hit by a Cerberus on the way in and then got grabbed by the vine. Or by one of Plant 42's tendrils. We'll go ahead and fight Plant 42 and get the helmet key before we do our refreshing pause. Because that won't take long. Honestly, it's only going to be 2 extra rockets, if I recall correctly. Also, the reason why I keep going through that route is because, yeah, you can't. Plant 42 is blocking that entryway until the character you're playing as walks through the other door, because it wants to use all of its tendrils to grab hold of its new prey. Give me the V-Jolt report. Let's go. And I have this full heal, thanks to the triple green herb combo, just in case Plant 42 is deciding to be obnoxious in regards to how often I get hit with ceiling debris. Oh, nice try. Something shining here, but can't reach it. Ow! Rude. There we go. It's dead. Now I can get it. I guess there was a tendril keeping the mansion key back, or the helmet key back. Okay, before we go through this door, we will do a quick refreshing pause. So, yeah, I'll be back shortly. Alright, let's see what's different in the conversation, because Wesker does bring up Barry during it. And there's some really messed up things said, in my opinion. Then again, it might be due to Jill being...
Wesker!
Jill, so you're safe.
That's what I was going to say. Where on earth have you been? You disappeared from the hall all of a sudden.
I'm sorry, but I have my reasons. Perhaps you guys have met them? It was all I could do to protect myself against those strange creatures.
Is that right? Anyway, it's good to see you're safe.
I met Barry too a while ago. I think there's something wrong with him.
Yes, I agree with you. Sure was strange, wasn't he? He looked so tired.
Well, maybe it's quite natural under these circumstances. Jill, our first priority is to get out of here.
Yes, you're right.
Now, there are a lot of rooms in that mansion that we can't get into because they're locked up. I have been looking around for clues.
Okay, I'll go to the other house and see if I can find any clues.
Will you do that? I'm counting on you.
Now, as I was saying, there is a chance that Jill was saying that and being like that due to possibly being suspicious of both Barry and Wesker. And didn't want to raise Wesker's suspicions. I honestly don't know what was up with Jill in regards to that. I'll go ahead and swap that out. I could have done so in the mansion, but meh. Wrong way. Don't care, Brad. I said I don't care. Radio broken. Only able to receive. Cannot transmit any responses. Luckily, this revisit's not gonna take us very long at all. Longest part's probably gonna be waiting for Barry. Because, yeah, we want to bump into him in the cavern to get that extra cutscene. Because honestly, there's no point for me to show the interaction between Jill and Barry when he's dying in the lab and it's just her. It's literally the exact same dialogue as when we saw it with Chris during the previous playthrough. During the bad ending playthrough. Just minus Chris's 2 different lines of dialogue. Alright. Don't need the Magnum round, so we're just coming in here to grab the Eagle medallion. Then we'll be off to fight Yawn. I did not mean to grab that. Oh boy. Got a little distracted, so I wasn't paying full attention and was just button mashing to get through the text. That's what I get. Back. That's a bad hunter. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and use that. There's no need for me to keep that. Wait, where's the okay, the crank's pretty far down. Okay. Now we don't need to worry about grabbing it. We're wondering how far down or up it was. Okay. Granted, come to think on it, I probably could have kept the crank in my inventory, so I wouldn't have to grab it later. Oh well. Also, sticking around for Barry is gonna make this revisit go a little bit quicker. Just due to the fact I won't have to take the long way around. Come on. 1, 2. I'm not gonna lie, I still fire a third rocket just in case. Yep. But yeah, I made it to this point during
Jill,
my test
Have you
run
found anything interesting?
and decided to stop just because I wanted to
Yes,
see whether or
but I
not that
can't see very
dialogue
well.
actually did
How about going
did
down
make
to
it to
check
where
by
he
yourself?
dies.
I have a rope here.
Oh, do you? Well, then
But
I'll
no,
try to go
there's
down
only
using the rope.
2 things,
Wait.
or 3 things that'll cause him to die. Leaving here at this point, before he comes back, and then there's
what's going
2 different
on?
things that can cause him to die
Now
in
I've
regards
done
to
it.
the
Sorry,
interaction
Jill.
with him in the
Wait.
cavern.
I'll go and get another rope.
If you stuck around for him to come
Barry?
back with a rope.
Barry!
Doing what we'll be doing, choosing no twice, and not following after hearing the gunshot. Or doing what we did last time, which I believe was no and then yes? Oh wait, no. It was yes and then yes that I did
Hey!
last time.
Are you there, Jill? Grab the rope.
And, oh wait. Wait a minute. No, that's not right.
I'm sorry, Jill.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
Sorry.
It was, no and
I was
then
really
no.
careless.
He'll
Are
go
you
away.
okay, Barry?
Or no
Maybe
and then
you're getting
yes.
tired.
He'll go away
No,
and won't
I'm
be
all
seen
right.
again until the
Don't
lab.
worry.
According to the flow chart I looked at.
Jill, I found something.
Granted, I could just look at the thing right now.
Thank you.
And
I'll take this
kind of
then.
wanted to just continue through the game. We'll take a look at it when we reach the end card. All right. Let's go get the battery. And hey, even less hunters to have to deal with. Yay. Let's get bit in the ankle. Hello, I'm interacting with the... Thank you. didn't think I was that close to the camera angle shift for that to happen. What am I doing? We need to head back down to the, head back to the freaking rope and make our way back out to the courtyard. Luckily, the revisit in the caverns don't really take all that long when you're just pushing through, not bothering to grab anything. Was not expecting the freaking zombie on the ground to take that much health off of me. But that's fine. Is one of the reasons why I was gathering so many full hills and whatnot. Barry must have come back with the mop. Alright, let's get that crank again. Okay. You know, it's kind of funny that the, like, I know we're a little ways away from it, but still, it's rather funny that, in regards to the, and I'm drawing a blank on the spider's name once again. In regards to the spider boss, like, as instantaneous as the death with the rocket launcher is, it also very quickly causes those baby spiders to come out. So, yeah. Oh, I was expecting them to start dropping down before I even moved. I wanted to test that out right quick. In my own time, whenever I'm hanging out with some friends in VC or what have you, I am occasionally, like, in my own time, trying out a complete run of Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, where I'm going about like fully clearing out every enemy to where they no longer respawn. And holy cow, some of these locations, it's a chore. It is such a chore sometimes to do this. To do such a thing. But I'm still enjoying my time with it. Okay, here we go.
Oh, Jill, what good timing. A moment ago, I heard someone's voice coming from this hole. Let's go together since it's dark and we can't see very well.
Nope. Not doing it.
Barry,
Sure, it may be dangerous. I'll go, even if I have to go by myself. Will you be waiting here, Jill?
No, not this time.
Barry, I think I'll take some other route.
I see. Yeah, maybe you should. Be careful.
Barry?
Nope. Ignoring it. Okay. I do believe that makes it to where I won't get that cutscene. I'll head over this way to grab the first aid spray, and if it gets that, then I will rewind. Okay. Well, after we get the hex crank, he'll be laying dead in front of the ladder. So, yeah. If what I read is correct. You know, in regards to the dialogue between Jill and Wesker after conversing with Barry in room 002, the game script I saw on
Is that voice Enrico's?
on GameFAQs
Yeah?
You're alive!
oddly
Wait there.
didn't have that.
Are you
in it.
with anybody, Jill?
What? Oh no, I'm alone. But why are you asking?
Listen, the stars are going to be finished soon. Someone is a traitor. Everything was plotted from the start by Umbrella.
But yeah, it was a little odd.
Enrico!
Considering they accounted for
Who killed him?
everything
I wonder.
else, from what I can tell. Well, we'll see if there's anything else missing by the time we, finish Chris's side of things. I'm not giving the other hunters the time to come over here. And you know what? I'm gonna risk getting hit. I am surprised I pulled that off. Ugh.
What happened?
I'm really embarrassed. I was clumsy.
You don't have to talk. I'm going to give you first aid.
Maybe my time has come. Jill, Take this. I've been cheating you all. From the start. If you can forgive me. Could you please give this to my family? And if you can, please try to protect them.
What do you mean by that, Barry? Don't give up.
Jill, be careful of that guy. Please, stay alive.
And we get Barry's picture again. Nothing new in it whatsoever. You know, in a way, I'm kind of shocked that Barry didn't actually outright state it was Wesker he was talking about when he said, "Be careful of that guy." Then again, there's really only two guys he could have been talking about. Wesker and Chris. Well, Chris is missing at this point. And she trusts Chris completely. He's not the type of person to pull something like this. At least not in this point in the series. I still question on whether or not it's actually Chris in 7 and 8. I haven't experienced 8 yet, though, so, yeah. So I'm gonna try something because you don't need to fight this boss. Ow, rude. Did I get poisoned? Yes, I did. Okay. If not, I was gonna use the first aid spray. Okay, but yeah. As you can see there, you don't need to fight that boss. Just break open just break open the webbing or break through the webbing and get out of there. Okay, we have the Eagle Medal. We'll worry about first aid when we reach the storage room. Or not first aid, but full heals, like stocking up on full heals in our inventory once we reach the storage room down in the lab proper. How many cranks is it gonna take? Is it gonna be 3 yet again? It looks like it is. You know, come to think on it, it would have been interesting to be able to have her use the crank, turn the crank the other way. As odd as that would be. Okay, we don't need the MO disc, just need the Doom book too, that holds the wolf medal. Oh, that might have been too far. There it is. Okay. And I do believe that's actually in line with the square that it needs to be resting on. Or the tile that it needs to rest on. Jill. Yep. But at least it was in line enough for it to activate the mechanism. Okay. But yeah, as you can tell, this is by far the quickest of the routes. Because you don't need to worry about anything whatsoever in regards to the non-key items. Oh, there's a speed run of this route that literally uses nothing but the rocket launcher. Or not the rocket launcher, the bazooka. Primarily with, if memory serves, it was pretty much with nothing but the explosive rounds, which is very impressive to me, because explosive rounds are one of the is not that good, or at least not in 3. Alright. We're already at the lab, and yay. You know what? Let's go ahead and stock up on some. We'll just grab those 3. Won't need any more than that. Out of the way. Stupid zombies. Only one key item to grab here on this route, on this ending route. And that's, of course, up in the data room. Visual data room, or whatever it's called. Yes, yes, boot up animation. Oh. EDA. Basement 2. Come on. Give me the last. Thank you. M-O-L-E. Alright, let's go get our power room key, or whatever the heck it was called. Oh, visual data room. There we go. Didn't know that you could interact with that plaque. So, in regards to the conversation with Wesker, it is the last new bit of dialogue. He still says the exact same thing he says all the time, but with a little bit extra at the beginning. And you'll see what I mean when we get to that. Which, honestly speaking, won't take us long. Like, at all. Grabbing the red herb from this room, and then we'll just move along. We're probably going to be taking some hits on our way to the generator room. That'll allow us to even use the elevator. I'm not even bothering to fight these things because the rocket launcher sucks when it comes to fighting them. Just saying. Yeah. Once we enter this door, I'll check my health. Okay. I'll go ahead and use one. Why not? Matter of fact, I probably won't need to grab any more out of the inventory. Okay, maybe I will. Just one more, though. In the off chance that Tyrant ends up being a freaking pain in the neck. So I'll probably just bring some first aid sprays. There we go. That ought to do it. But yeah, once we reach the part where Wesker talks, he gives the exact same dialogue as always. Here we go.
Wesker?
Barry is no longer useful.
Just as I thought. You are the man behind all of this. Why do you have to destroy stars?
That's Umbrella's intention. This laboratory has been engaging in dangerous experiments, and recently an accident has occurred. Anyway, this disaster cannot be made public.
That's why having stars nosing about is so inconvenient. So you're a slave of Umbrella now, along with these virus monsters.
I think you misunderstand me, Jill. To me, the monsters you mention mean nothing. I'm going to burn all of them together with this entire laboratory. I must complete my mission as ordered by Umbrella.
So you're planning something else?
If you succeeded in developing the world's most powerful biological weapon, what would you do? What if you were in charge?
You must stop this now.
You're a brave girl. But if I were you, I wouldn't give up such a big discovery. You guys are idiots. No one understands its real value.
So you're going to steal all the research?
Better yet, I'm going to show you the tyrant. Tyrant virus is a super virus, which creates a monster which is much stronger than human beings. Tyrant is the most powerful biological weapon in the world.
You don't mean you're experimenting on real people?
This is really beautiful. All this power will be mine.
For the sake of an awful creature?
Don't be upset. All weak people exist to be eaten.
Come on.
What? Don't come this way! No!
Alright, just like last time, I'm gonna run away just a tiny bit to equip the rocket launcher. But yeah, as you can see, there's no other dialogue changes once Wesker
Can't
laughs.
control what it does.
Ow! Rude! Yeah. Goodbye, you pain in the neck. Alright, we got the lab key. But yeah, in another version of this game, I don't remember what the platform was. It was either Saturn, the Sega Saturn, or the Sega Dreamcast. There was another tank here that had another tyrant. Okay. Wasn't sure if I'd be able to get through with the master key, so I figured I'd try it anyways. Okay. Get off of that railing. Come on now. Alright, how many hits are we gonna take from the chimeras on our way to the second floor of this place? Hell, not gonna lie, part of me's actually curious on whether or not we can actually start the detonation system or detonation sequence. You know what? Morbid curiosity is getting the better of me. I'm gonna grab some healing items, and we'll make our way through again. Because this is already pretty short, and relatively speaking. I just want to give this a quick check. See what happens if we try to interact with the triggering system. Haha. Nice try, you stupid freaking monster. Alright, we're here. Alright, triggering system is on the other side, over here. Come on. Quite big. Okay, we cannot do so. Would have been interesting, I'm not gonna lie. It's just funny to me, I'm packing all of these freaking, or I'm carrying all of these healing items just so I can make sure not to die on our way to basement 2. Alright. Let's go have Brad pick us up on the helicopter. Get our ending. Speedy little bastard. I could have gotten around that one, but don't care. Huh. I thought first stages were supposed to be full hills. Considering the fact that, full hills mean you're back at completely full health. I didn't take any hits. After healing previously. At least not to my recollection. Alright, let's see if Jill says anything extra here when we put this battery in. Seeing as she's by herself. Nope, she just puts it in and gets right in the elevator. Wow. Okay. All that we got left is to use the flare in the center of the helipad. Yeah, in the center of the helipad. Time to see our final FMV is Jill. That we have yet to see. Here it is. Once again, the mansion does not blow up. And just like before, we don't have any callbacks to previous cutscenes during the credits. And we're probably also going to be getting a completely black screen for the time and saves, number of saves. All right. So yeah. That's that. That's all for for all of Jill's standard mode playthroughs. Not gonna lie, that infinite rocket launcher is coming super handy during the last few. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take a small break from Resident Evil, just for the time being. Like, I could go ahead and do an arrange mode as Jill just to be completely done with Jill's playthroughs, but I want to save that for whenever I finish Chris's. So yeah. So, let me take a look at the flowchart real quick. According to the flowchart, the other ways for Barry to die was what we showed here, which lets him die in the cavern. And then choosing not to go with Barry, but deciding to wait for Barry to return will cause him to walk off and then die later on in the lab. Like what happens if you leave before Barry comes back with the rope. So, yeah. Anyways, that's it for this project for the time being. We will get back to it. So the next video is going to be the start of my Knives Chow playthrough in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. The game. With all that said, thank y'all so very much for stopping by. I hope y'all have enjoyed this video. And as always, until next time, y'all take care.